Hey y'all, so if you have not become a member of my Patreon, make sure you go ahead and click my Patreon link below, become a member, and help support my content. But all right, you guys, so let's go ahead and jump right into this story. So apparently, Kamala Harris has come out to endorse Joe Biden. Not only that, so has Cory Booker. Now, why I find this particularly interesting is because of some of the smoke that they had for Joe Biden on the campaign trail. Now, even listening to the wording of their endorsement leads me to believe that either they've forgotten all of that energy that they have for Joe Biden, or they think we have. So I thought it would be good for us to take a look at the endorsements and also revisit some of the things that they said on the debate stage. And then we'll talk about it.
Hey everybody, so I'm here in Alabama. I arrived here to commemorate the 55th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. I'll be walking across the Edmund Pettus Bridge again with John Lewis and so many great leaders and fighters. I'm just here thinking about all of the folks who for generations have fought and died for our civil rights and fought to help our nation achieve its ideals. And you guys know we still have yet to achieve those ideals, but one of the greatest things about us is we are willing to fight to get there. So I just wanted you guys to know, because you've been supporting me for so long, and I just wanted you guys to know I have decided that I am, with great enthusiasm, going to endorse Joe Biden for President of the United States. I believe.
All right, so y'all kind of see, you kind of hear, what's going on. So a reminder, back on the debate stage, I'm sure a lot of you remember this moment. It went viral.
And it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing. And, there was a little girl in California who was part of the second class to integrate her public schools. And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me. So I will tell you that on this subject, it cannot be an intellectual debate among Democrats. We have to take it seriously. We have to act swiftly. As Attorney General of California, I was very proud to put in place a requirement that all my special agents would wear body cameras and keep.
So, y'all hear that? This is the cringiest thing ever. It's super cringy. Kamala Harris, I don't fault you for endorsing Joe Biden, okay? Honestly, I didn't expect anything more of you. However, after literally practically calling this man a racist on the national debate stage, she didn't use that exact term, but she literally did this alignment to him with the segregationist and the busing, okay? So basically calling this man a racist, but yet when it comes to your endorsement, you have the gall to sit there and evoke the heroism of the civil rights movement and Bloody Sunday. As if that absolutely has to be included in your endorsement. If y'all cannot see, I mean, It gets no more scripted than that. I don't think it's even possible to be more cringe than that. You couldn't do this. You couldn't do this from your little desk on Capitol Hill. I mean, so there's that. So much so, right? It was such a huge thing when she did this on the debate stage with Joe Biden. It went so viral, so much so that Jill Biden had to come out and defend her husband, saying, can't say that he's a racist. Because it was literally trending on Twitter. The one thing you can't say about Joe is that he's a racist. She said during her CNN interview aired on Monday evening, he got into politics because of his commitment to civil rights and then to be elected with former President Barack Obama. And then someone is saying, you know, you're a racist. So everybody pretty much walked away with that from the debate with her and Joe Biden. Oh, and then you have Cory Booker. So he goes on to basically onto CBS this morning to basically excuse and talk around the reason that he's endorsing Joe Biden.
Americans. And I think people who are cynical about politics, they see somebody like yourself criticize a guy and then come out and back him and they say, what changed?
Well, first of all, I love Joe Biden. He and I have had a great relationship for a long time. I wouldn't have run against him if I didn't think I was the best person to be the next president of the United States. But I'm out of the race. And as I look at him, I know factually from talking to him that some of my biggest issues, like criminal justice reform, like racial justice, like economic justice, that he is going to be a strong leader on that and can actually pull the country together, the kind of coalitions we need to actually make progress in those areas. So,
okay, Cory. So today, he can pull the country together, right? All right. This was Cory back on a debate stage.
Nobody on this stage should need a focus group to hear from African-American voters. Black voters are pissed off, and they're worried. They're pissed off because the only time our issues seem to be really paid attention to by politicians is when people are looking for their vote. And they're worried because the Democratic Party, we don't want to see people miss this opportunity and lose because we are nominating someone that isn't trusted, doesn't have authentic connection. And so that's what's on the ballot, and issues do matter. I have a lot of respect for the vice president. He has sworn me into my office as a hero. This week I hear him literally say that I don't think we should legalize marijuana. I thought you might have been high when you said it. and let me tell you, because marijuana in our country is already legal for privileged people. And the war on drugs has been a war on black and brown people. So let me just say this.
So I just want to know what changed so quickly. What changed between these debates, Kamala aligning Joe Biden to segregationist, Cory Booker basically blaming him or, crediting him for so many black men being in jail due to drug charges. And now both talking about how he's such a great man, he's going to be such this great leader. Kamala literally ties him back to the civil rights movement through this little Bloody Sunday speech that she gives. Honestly, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like borderline disgusted. Not because I'm expecting more of them. Well, maybe I am, right? It's like, just pick a side. Don't try to switch and bait. You cannot talk about how somebody was so bad for civil rights issues and then turn around and make them a civil rights hero. It makes no sense. And anybody that would say otherwise makes no sense. So, my message to you is that if you are a one-issue voter, if you only vote based on racism, this should be proof to you that you have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, ran amok. These politicians continue, and this is the proof. This footage was only months ago. Their positions haven't changed this quickly. So what this says to me is that these politicians only care about race when they're able to use it to emotionalize people, use it as a scare tactic, or when the way they're presenting race butters their bread. So, those are my thoughts. Leave your thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe.